If you're a veteran or if you're still serving and you're relying on the VA for life insurance, this might be the most important video you watch this year. I'm not here to sell insurance. All I care about is that our veterans have the proper intel to make sound decisions for their family. It's very important that our vets understand the ins and outs of SGLI, VGLI, and VA life before they go making a big mistake. If you die and your coverage is wrong, or you don't have coverage and you don't have endless funds in the bank, your family suffers. What if we have a mortgage? The VA doesn't pay for burial. What about burials? I have helped over 20,000 veterans navigate the insurance market. I have heard every health condition, disability story, VA story, and I know the private market insurance underwriting guidelines, carriers like the back of my hand. So when I speak to a vet who has major PTSD issues, a suicide attempt, a mini stroke from getting shot in the neck in Afghanistan, I know where to go for coverage. When we have a vet who's got major Agent Orange issues, neuropathy from diabetes, prostate cancer from Agent Orange, depending on where they're at with their treatments, I know where to go for coverage. All of these ads, IULs for vets, whole life for vets. If you get on the phone with these people and they don't mention VA life at all, they're just pushing their product. They don't fill you guys in on converting SGLI to VGLI. They don't fill you in on the fact that 1% of VGLI pays out. There's a 2-year waiting period with VA life. So if you pay for 6 months and you die, your family gets 6 premium payments back, not a check for 10, 20, 50, 100 grand. Do you understand that you have 480 days to convert to VGLI, which is a private market prudential policy? Who qualifies for SGLI? Servicemembers Group Life Insurance. This is what you have while you're serving. Most of you probably have a pretty good grasp of what it is and how it works. It's up to $500K as of March of 2023. It's dirt cheap while you're serving. It's guaranteed approval. There's no underwriting. It's there for you if, God forbid, something happens while you die and you're in active military. The chances of SGLI paying out are much higher than VGLI, just due to the risk. What does that mean? Well, Veterans Group Life Insurance is an increasing term policy, meaning in 5-year brackets, the premium goes up. Look at the rates for 500 down to like 200K. It goes all the way down to 10. They may seem okay in your 40s, 50s. They're actually really good in your 40s, 50s, 60s. But after the age of 60, 65, look at the rates. The carrier knows that every 5 years, you're gonna pay the premium. If you're a 100% disabled vet, you guys shoulder the monthly bills. If you go down, your family's really screwed. That's 4K plus disappearing monthly. I have VGLI, Mike, I'm good. Do you fully understand VGLI, sir? Because most insurance professionals don't understand insurance, let alone the average everyday consumer, adult, spouse. Do you think these insurance carriers want to pay death claims for $500,000? Absolutely not. 1% of VGLI pays out, meaning if I've got 100 veterans who watch this video and you all have VGLI, one of you guys will have that check going to your beneficiary. Now, it's weird because VGLI doesn't expire. So how would you call it a term policy? Because people get priced out of it. Nobody keeps it. When someone finally notices what their rates are at 65, they're like, I don't want to keep this. This is stupid. Then they go shop private market after having a health issue. Or they're just 20 years older than when they took their VGLI out. Going from 300 grand in VGLI for X amount of dollars to 50 grand on the private market for probably the same amount isn't going to make any sense to them. But if it was explained properly in the beginning that, hey, 1% of this pays out. It goes up in price every 5 years. After the age of 65, 70, you're probably not going to pay for it. You're not going to want to pay for it. It's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars a month for your insurance premiums. Most of you wouldn't take it anyways. 65 years old is the max age that you want to hang on to VGLI unless you are making ridiculous amounts of money monthly and can afford it and can't feel it. Most people today are going to feel $700, $800, $1,000 a month for a damn life insurance policy. And they're pulling it right from your disability, by the way. It should be higher. should be $1 million. Now, when you convert your SGLI to VGLI, if you take out the max, then you're going to have the max for VGLI and Prudential. They know that you're going to go with $500K for SGLI. They know it. Why not? It's $31, right? If you convert it, now you have $500K in VGLI, the most expensive bracket out there. 45, 50, 55, you're good with it. A couple $100 a month. Roll into your 60s with $500K of VGLI and watch what happens. I talked to a Vietnam veteran, $2,100 a month for VGLI. That is criminal. There is a time and a place for every insurance policy. If you're a 30-year-old veteran and you just got medically discharged or retired and you're 100% disabled and you have a home and $500,000 of VGLI is $45 a month, should you have it? Yes. But at some point, you've got to think about putting something permanent in place to back it up because you're going to outlive it or get priced out of it. When term policies are issued, the underwriting, it's in-depth, but it's simple. So if you and I owned an insurance company and somebody approached us for a $500,000 policy, do you and I ever want to cut that check? Absolutely not. If 99 out of 100 of you in your situation are going to live 33 years, they will offer you a 30-year term. They know for a fact that you're going to outlive it or get priced out of it. If you get declined, that means they don't like your health. They don't like a medicine, and they don't like the law of large numbers. Now you've got to pivot. If you have VGLI right now, please go look at your rates. Every day, my team, half veterans, half civilians, we work 12 to 15 hours to help veterans. We have saved almost $9 million for veterans over the course of 4 years just off properly educating them on insurance products. Life insurance isn't a product that you get to pick and choose which one you want. Your health tells us what's available. If you've had anything major, term is not going to be available. So now what do you go get? For the policies that pay out in the insurance industry, 100 out of 100 pay out because they're permanent. Yeah, are they smaller than term? Sure. But who cares how big your term policy is? If it doesn't pay out, it doesn't really matter. Am I opposed to term? No, but the situation has to scream term for me to advise it. We break their basic health down and I show them the difference between the next product we're about to see, which is VA Life, why I founded We Protect Veterans, and the private market. Then I'm going to tell you, hey, if I were in your shoes, this is what I would put in place. We try to keep premiums down as much as humanly possible. No one needs to go insurance poor. I've got 5 kids. I can't go insurance poor. When you break down the VGLI page, rates are really, really good at first, but you have to pay attention to the rates beyond retirement age. If you look at yourself and you know your health and you tell yourself, yeah, I'll probably live to be 65 years old, you should probably get rid of your VGLI. I don't go into the conversation automatically looking to replace it. I want to know what's right. Maybe the VGLI is right for the situation. That's what gets most consumers into trouble when they shop life insurance, is basing it off of price. We have to go find the right price. That's how we protect our families. That's how we actually have peace of mind, knowing we have the right coverage. There's no living benefits. There's no cash value. There's really nothing to VGLI or SGLI except for a large death benefit when and if you die. The next product, VA Life, was launched in 2023. This is a guaranteed acceptance whole life plan. 2 years. You pay premiums into this thing, no coverage. Why is that? Because there's no questions asked. Let's say you and I own an auto insurance company and we want to get a bunch of customers. We're going to guarantee everybody coverage. No questions asked, DUIs, suspended licenses. We're going to put a clause in there that says if you crash your damn car in the first 2 years, we're not paying for anything. We didn't pull any MVRs. We didn't look at speeding tickets or any of that stuff. It's no different. Insurance is a risk-based thing. If you have a good driving record, you should get rewarded for that with good rates and great coverage. If you're fairly healthy, you should also get rewarded for that. You should get better coverage. My team finds 9 out of 10 vets day one coverage that has lower premiums than VA Life. Let's say you call me right now and you're like, Mike, I need 20 grand for my burial. Do I go to the VA or do I go to the private market? If I break down your health and I don't hear any knockouts and I feel like I can get you day one coverage, I'm going to go get you day one coverage that is lower rates. It might be lower by $5. It might be the same exact price as VA Life, but it kicks in immediately. So if we die the next day, our family gets a check. That's what this coverage is for. Let's say I can't find you day one coverage. Now VA Life is going to help you because the plan is meant for very ill people. You also have to have a service-connected disability rating to be eligible for VA Life. VA Life is the VA's version of a final expense life insurance plan because, hey, guess what? The VA doesn't pay for burials. Yes, they will take care of the opening and closing of the plot, and they will help you with a headstone. That is not covering your funeral. There are a million other costs that come with it. 6 to 8 grand extra if you're going to be traditionally buried. Maybe 10. Just the number is 10. Why do you think VA Life starts at $10,000? That's why. It's whole life. It's permanent. Price never changes. The competitors to VA Life, they all have a product that has a gap of 2 years with no coverage. Now, they might have other products, but their apples to apples whole life plan, they all have 2-year waiting periods. Why? If I can find 95% of veterans day one coverage, why would you go put yourself into a 2-year wait? What if your premium payment is $200 a month? Pay that for 2 years. What do we got? $4,800. You pay $4,800 into this plan before it even starts. How does that make any sense? SGLI is a no-brainer. VGLI is a no-brainer if you are young, but you need to look to get rid of it. I commend the veterans who call me at like 55 years old, 60, because they have their head on their shoulders and they realize what's happening. They got a letter in the mail and they're like, why the hell would I want to do this? VA Life is not what you want for your first option. We have to see if day one coverage is out there first for VA Life. 1% of VGLI policies pay out. We have no idea who the carrier is attached to VA Life, who is paying the death claims. If you want to get more in depth on another call, please message me below. If you have VGLI and you're watching this, message me below. I will compare you to the private market. So if you're a vet, first off, thank you so much for your service. I will break down all of these plans for you in the most transparent way possible so you can make sound decisions for your loved ones. VA Life is permanent, builds cash value. That's a check that's got to go to your wife or your husband. We have to have our families get a check. Permanent coverage, guys, permanent. And maybe you have term, but you're backing it up with permanent. Remember, 1% of term and VGLI pays out. My name is Mike DeSecco. I am the founder and owner of We Protect Veterans. I started years ago to safeguard consumers through their insurance process to help them understand what these coverages are. If you pass away and your life insurance is garbage, now we're really up that creek without the paddle. So we are here to break the new VA plan down, give you a transparent resource, and last but not least, help you make a sound decision for your family. We will always show the lowest rates. We will never let you go insurance poor. We're going to keep premiums as low as humanly possible. You deserve another level. You deserve the peace of mind, and you deserve to have the right to go out in a very, very prideful manner. Thank you so much for your service, guys. If you have questions or you need a breakdown of these coverages, I am the most transparent insurance professional in the country who has worked with thousands of veterans. I'm just here to help you guys, all right? Thank you so much for your service. Have a blessed night.